Yo, what's going on? It's Joe back here again with another one here on Joe Talks. And I first want to start off by saying a like and subscribe would be appreciated. But let's get into it. As y'all can tell by the title, yes, especially like honestly, really in the last two seasons, there've always been trouble with the refs, but it's really been noticeable the last two seasons for sure, maybe even three. But yeah, the NFL has a refereeing issue. It's bad, or a refereeing problem, however you want to word it. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like a bad call or a no call could literally change the result of a game. And honestly, I didn't even really realize that. Yeah, the Chiefs got called for no penalties. Against my Detroit Lions. They got called for no penalties, and I'm just now realizing this. And the Lions got called for four. But yeah, the Chiefs did not play a perfect game. I can recall two times that I seen a hold not get called, but I mean the refs always miss hold calls. But I didn't really think about the Chiefs had no penalties. And then resulting in, the Brian Branch incident and the Juju Smith-Schuster incident. Mahomes didn't get flagged for the taunting. And then taunting is a big thing. I think it's stupid. I think you should be able to do, whatever. But I mean, the refs are calling that. And then for those of y'all that didn't watch the New York Giants versus Philadelphia Eagles game this past Thursday night, Scattaboo got called for taunting for literally just saying something quick, running by a dude. And then Mahomes, score a touchdown, spins the ball on Brian Branch, points, flexes at him, and the refs right there just, cheering him on pretty much, So I thought that was a little weird. I remember that. And then I didn't even see this. One of the last plays the Chiefs ran, Juju Smith-Schuster came up and pretty much blocked in the back. Brian Branch pushed him to the ground, and the ref right there, like something's going on. I speed read this article this morning. I'm not sure if it's a true statement, but supposedly that refereeing crew got suspended or fined or something like that. But I mean, hey man, kick them out of the league. Like, you can't have referees like this. When they don't make calls, that can literally change the whole outcome of the game. And then that first drive that Detroit had, man, literally 10-minute drive down the whole field. And then you know how the Lions are with their trick plays. Goff goes out in motion, boom. Montgomery passes it to Goff. Goff makes a wobbly catch, but he made it and got in the end zone. They called it a touchdown. And then right after all the refs huddled up, and then once I saw that happen, that instantly gave me PTSD to the Cowboys game 2 years ago. For those of y'all that remember, Decker went out for a pass, caught it, and then boom, everything was good. The officials huddled up and said, he didn't say he was eligible. So it's just stupid. But yeah, referees need some consequences. And I'm curious if that's even illegal, because you see guys go in motion all the time and don't fully get set. They were saying the issue was, since he was behind the center, he's a quarterback, so he can't do that or some shit. Like, bro, these refs literally just made up a rule during the game. I swear. And then not that would have, changed, who knows? It could have changed the outcome of the game, because that 10-minute drive going down the field, boom, to get a touchdown, instead of just kicking the field goal like they had to, might have, who knows? It might have been a big momentum swing. The Lions might have actually, had a closer game. If not, maybe even won the game. But I mean, I'm still not going to say that they're going to win the game, because if you haven't checked out my previous Lions vid, I'll link that in the description, and it'll also be on screen at the end of this video. But their defense is bad, man. And yeah, injuries or no injuries, they need to address their defense. They need a new defensive coordinator, a new defensive scheme. The zone they keep running, it's no good, man. It's no good. Injuries or not, hey, no, it's no good. They need to address it. The league does have a refereeing issue, because there ain't no way the Chiefs played a perfect game. And I could even see it from my TV screen. Like I said, I saw two holding calls that didn't get called. The taunting call that didn't get called on Mahomes, that he was taunting the Branch. and then the Juju Smith-Schuster blocking the back on Branch. So honestly, man, I see where Branch is coming from, and then Juju Smith-Schuster wants to be a smart ass after he just saw Brian Branch not shake Mahomes' hand. He wants to walk up and be a smart ass, and try to shake his hand, knowing the outcome. But the way the NFL league works and just the way the world works is say someone antagonizes you or something, you're not allowed to just clear their shit. The world and the league is soft, so it is what it is. I'm not saying that it was fine what he did, but at the same time, man, just go back and watch the game, man. Just watch the game. He was getting antagonized the whole game. So and then at the end of the game, to just throw that on top for him trying to be a smart ass, walking up trying to shake his hand when he already knew Brian Branch wasn't playing with that. That's why he got his nose busted and flung around the field. That was so funny, man. Like I say, hey, don't mess with Branch, man. Branch has a history of, getting into it on the field. But no, that was funny, honestly, in my opinion. But yeah, man, I just don't bro, the NFL has to do something with these refs, man. A fine and suspension isn't enough, man. I have to start firing them, man, because if you realize it's usually the same crews doing this. So a fine and suspension seems like it's not doing nothing. So I really have no idea, but in my opinion, say you have these refs calling games and all that are just not calling them good, that are literally changing the outcome of the game. Like something needs to be dealt with, especially with people that bet on games and stuff and all that. That's the main reason I don't bet. It's not worth betting in sports. There's too many factors that can play in. One, injuries, and two, the con refs. And that's just too much to worry about. That's why I never do sports betting. I would love to do sports betting if it was legit. It's too rigged, And then honestly, who knows? So the refs aren't supposed to bet. I wouldn't be surprised if they had like a family relative that bets, and who knows? They might be trying to call it. There's too much stuff that could factor in. That's why I don't do it. But NFL, you need to address the referee issue before it gets really bad, because it's crazy. It shouldn't be like this. And then I remember years back, refs would actually call the game right. Now it's pretty much every game now that a call is getting missed or a call isn't getting missed. And then here's my thing. So they have all these reviews and all this. Why don't they review penalties? Why don't they go over every play and see if there was a penalty? And if there was, why not call down to the referee and be like, yo, hey, you guys missed this. This is a penalty. Boom. Because they have some kind of thing in New York. Say it's a close play. They'll end up intervening and saying, oh, no, that was the wrong call. This was the right call. I forgot what they call the review, but they need to have that with penalties. And say a penalty was full on, on display and they didn't call it. They should be able to be like, hey, yo, refs, you missed this. This is a penalty. Like NFL, just think, common sense. It's not that hard, and it seems like they make it hard. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, there's ways around this. Just the NFL seems like they're lazy about it. I don't understand it. They have all these reviews and all this, or I think it's called expedited reviews or whatever they call it, where they got a base in New York that ends up chiming in, say the refs missed something. Have that with penalties. And then challenges too. You should be like a coach's challenge. You should be able to challenge a penalty. Because like I say, these refs be missing some blatant calls. Like, it's not even funny. Calls that fans even see, and in my opinion, I feel like it's getting more and more deliberate, so I don't know. That's just my opinion. But yeah, man, the NFL needs to add a review to penalties or add coaches challenges to miss penalties. But how the NFL is, they don't want to prove the refs wrong, which is so stupid, because we're all human. We're not robots. We're going to make mistakes. And it's fine if it's a mistake, but I don't know. A lot of these calls that refs be missing now or making are just blatant. Like I said, they need to add reviews to penalties, and they need to also add coaches' challenges to penalties. Prove these refs wrong. And it's been getting so bad the last 2-3 seasons, man. Like, it's ridiculous. So I need to add review and coaches' challenges to penalties. All right, that's all I'm saying. But anyways, that's it for this vid. Like I said, check out my Detroit Lions vid that I posted yesterday. It should be linked right here on screen somewhere. And a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace.